The Witch of Weepy Grotto by Ava Fowlis. Narrated by Harper. Copyright 2023. And so, in this twilight and evening of the world, when sin is flourishing on every side and in every place, when charity is growing cold, the evil of witches and their iniquities superabound. Montague Summers, the Malleus Maleficarum, Hammer of Witches, of Heinrich Kramer and James Sprenger. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time, and all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. William Shakespeare, Macbeth, Act 5, Scene 5. Chapter 1. Growing up in a small town called Weepy Grotto may have sounded quaintly idyllic to the ear, as if its name was filched from the pages of a sanguine fairy tale. From the outside looking inward, I suppose it possessed all the manufactured allure of such an environment. In part, the town's namesake was derived from a lone waterfall, which traced its path between two recessed boulders, forming tandem caverns behind a perpetual cascade of water. Of course, few things in life could be assessed based merely on how they appeared. I'm living evidence that this so-called bucolic habitat, with its forest-laden byways and assortment of quirky commoners stationed between its avenues, had an unmerited reputation as a safe haven for its occupants. I was under this same short-sighted impression as I started my 18th year of life. In fact, had anyone asked me to relay one controversial event unfolding within the borders of my birthplace before this time, I might have been stymied. Then, during the early days of June 1985, I became acquainted with the darker nature of Weepy Grotto's past. Some may question, how dark? Imagine the darkest space a living organism thrived in, save for its mother's womb. Nothing else rated closer to the pitch of blackness than this tale I shall now recount. My father, Leonard Thorpe, raised me as a single parent after my mother died quite freakishly on June 10, 1967, when I was just shy of 9 days old. I will explain the circumstances of her premature death shortly. Apparently, my father relied on a rather macabre sense of humour to offset his deficiencies. As it was relayed to me by my paternal grandmother, Gladys, he harboured an odd fascination for puns and Shakespearean tragedy. The consequence of his amusement actually forged its way onto my birth certificate in a slightly altered formation. He wished to name me Tomorrow, with an identical middle name, which was Tomorrow times 2, Thorpe.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?